Yeah, this is I want to welcome everybody to our show. The show is called Tales from the Jails. Me, I can't even lie. I never really been to jail like upstate or anything of that nature. I just want to make that known. I mean, of course, I have my run-ins with the law, but it never ended up me being in a situation where I went upstate. But my counterpart, Brahim Jackson. Listen, and going forward, man, this your show, bro. So I don't want to be the one doing the introductions and all that coming on to your show. This is your show. So you need to start.
No. I'm just
No, this is your show, man.
I'm gathering
Own
up.
it.
You're right. You're definitely right about owning the show. But I'm just sitting back and gathering up thoughts and just I'm revisiting certain times of life that I wasn't too fond of.
Well, like somebody tell you, yo, meet me in the cell and all that.
No, but I'm talking about stuff other than that.
Okay.
Like, how about a guard telling you to go in the cell?
Oh yeah, or bend over,
or
cough and all that.
Well, yeah, you go through parts of that in there.
Okay.
During the anal cavities checks and stuff like that. That's definitely seen on an everyday tip there and there. But overall, to be out of there, not even to be in them conditions no more, and just to sit back and ponder on it, it's just like it's real. It's refreshing to be on this side of the fence, man.
Yeah, I mean, So look, I want to ask you a question. So first, I got to pay the bills. I want to tell everyone this show is brought to you and sponsored by Mecca Care LLC. Mecca Care LLC located at 5025 Germantown Avenue. Mecca Care LLC giving you an abundance of what you need. So got that out the way now. But listen, I want to talk about your experiences. I know you've been in situations where as though you like you said you've been sent to the cell. But what causes inmates or people in prison to have to go or get sent to their cell or treat like where they treat like they're less than a man, talk to it like they're a kid?
Well, it could be. There's numerous things that can get you sent on a total lockdown. Whether it be state or federal. I'm federal inmate. I did the majority of my time in the feds. I did over 20 years in the feds. Okay. So when we were sent to the cells, it was due because either a staff wouldn't work the block on some occasions, or other convicts is fighting each other, whether it be on your block, off your block, around your block. If there is any type of altercations, especially dealing with different ethnicities that's on one another, that's doing the fighting, that will cause for a lockdown. A correctional officer getting his head knocked off, will cause for a lockdown. A rape will cause for a lockdown. Oh yeah, there's numerous things that'll get you. We was in there one time when 9/11 happened. And that was the planes crashing into the towers. And it was mass recall. Recall, for those who don't know what recall means, it means everybody report back to their housing units. That's what a total recall means. Federal anyway. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they lock down pretty much for, things that can transpire out in society, or definitely things that transpire on the inside of the walls.
So just speaking about 9/11, like how was that at that time in the prisons? I know you said it was a recall for everyone to go back to their cells and so forth and so on, but what happened? Like how did y'all know, like, all right, it's 9/11, bam. I mean, it was just a total mayhem inside the prison?
No, see, at the time I was in the state.
Okay.
I wasn't in the federal system at the time. I was in the state. This happened, 2001? Okay. 9/11. And we was actually watching it on the news, watching it live. When the first building struck the tower, the first plane struck the tower. Yeah. Then the next plane struck the tower. I'm thinking it's a game or a movie getting made, but there's we're out in the day room. We're in the common area and we're watching this one TV just for all the convicts. Okay. And as it's going on, you hear institution lockdown over the loudspeakers. The guards come, rushing in on blocks to give assistance to guards that already been working on the block prior. And they're shouting, everybody report to your cells, everybody get in the cells, lockdown, lockdown. So, we was actually in the day room, it was probably during lunchtime at the time, if I can recall correctly. Yes.
All right, so once that happened, once 9/11 happened, you guys in the day room watching what's going on. Then you got what, the recall or sent to your cells, yes, or your housing units, whatever the case may be. Well, how long were you guys on lockdown for?
We was locked down probably about 3-4 days behind that.
Wow.
3-4 days until society feels as though that they pretty much got a hand on what happened out there in New York. Now the penal systems got the word from society, and then that was like a attack on American soil. So it's like I think there is a law that's written in the Constitution or in the law books that if this country was to became overtaken by another country, that the prisoners would be put to death inside them jails, because they're already at the time convicts are an enemy of the state. They had committed punishable acts against their country. That's why they're incarcerated.
Wow. So hold on. So he says a law stating that if say the United States of America was like infiltrated by enemies, they would execute the criminals in the prison?
Yes. Because the way they thinking is 9 times out of 10 that
you're disloyal.
Exactly. These people get out and become one with the people who infiltrated the country.
Wow.
Yeah. That's one thing to think about on a constant.
Wow. So hold on. When did you find out about that?
I probably found out about this about my first 4 years of doing federal time. So this was 2005, 2006.
So they tell you this, like they'll read this law.
No, they won't read the law to you. You have to go find it. This is something that is.
We gotta find out what that law is.
Yes. We can on a different segment. I could read it from the text that is written in. Mm-hmm. But this is the law that to where as though convicts that's prosecuted and in jail over here, they will be put to death first if another country invades this land and gets on this soil.
Wow.
Because if you really do the math and think about it, it actually adds up. You got dudes in there that's mass murderers. Dudes in there that's raping 5, 6 kids at a time. Dudes in there, we're not going to say prison is not a place for everybody.
Yeah.
Because prison was made to deter people from doing criminal activities.
So basically there is some people that deserve to be in that place.
Yes, there are a lot of people that deserve to be in there. A lot.
Let me ask you a question. In prison, right? Like when you're in prison, not just saying that, people glorify certain things, but in prison, you might get somebody who has a name in the streets when they come into the prison. They come into the penal system. They may be, someone who's been out here, getting money or whatever the case may be. They come into the prison system, and they come in there. Do they still have the same notoriety, or do they still have the same credibility? People still respect them, or what can make people look at them as like whatever you did in the street doesn't even matter anymore?
Well, I'm not going to say that, because you still have, you got dudes that come in there that's known for getting money. Mm-hmm. And them dudes coming in there, a lot of dudes that's on the inside already know some of these dudes is getting money. 9 times out of 10, if a dude is coming in there for breaking law and getting some money, half the dudes that's already in there know who this dude is. Mm-hmm. See, but it's different in the feds too also. To whereas though it's geographical. When I say geographical, not just in the own city, I'm talking about state to state.
Yeah,
you're dealing with Philadelphia, New York, D.C., Carolina, L.A. So these is different entities inside one big entity, if you get what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So if a person comes in, say I come in from Philly.
Okay.
Now all 066 is last 3 numbers. That's a federal number for a Philadelphia inmate.
Hey, I remember I used to send you money and all that. I remember because back years ago, you first went in. Like early 2000, we used to send money through Western Union.
Yes.
So we used to have to add.
And it's still currently like that.
Oh, really?
Yes. Still currently like that. Western Union. Everything.
I wasn't sending you just recently. I wasn't sending you money like that.
Yeah, you was.
Not Western Union.
Yeah, you was.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you was. No, that's state. No, that's state.
But no, I was sending you money. I guess I probably used calling. I wasn't sending money to Western Union.
I probably had you putting it on somebody else.
Something like that.
Or something. But if you're putting money on a convict's account, inmate account,
only through Western Union, you can't send no money the other way in federal penitentiary.
Lockbox. You can get a postal money order and send it to our lockbox, and it'll be deposited in your account. Oh, but that takes 5 to 7 business days.
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
So everybody goes the route of Western Union.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
See, but that's free when you do lockbox. I go to the store, give me $100 money order, write my name on the envelope and all that, and send it to Iowa. But it just takes 7 days. And then, matter of fact, it might take 10, because now once Iowa receive it, you'll see it posted.
Well, how long it take for you once you ask me? So you got to wait the time when you ask me, and then
When I ask you,
yeah,
that's about a week for the bean. Then when I'm talking about a week till you send it, and then a week after you send it. So be about a month, pushing a month for some soap and some soups and all that. Pushing a month though. But about the notoriety that you was talking about, yes, a lot of dudes still keep that with their presence. Like, especially if the dude was getting some money, everybody in here is looking like, then what's up with you, man? And then they looking to ass kiss real, on the low sometimes, and you got some money. A lot of dudes in there ain't got no money.
Yeah.
Criminals is in there because they was trying to get some money. You know what I'm saying? You're in there because you broke law, whether you killed somebody, or majority of the dudes in federal custody is in there because they wanted to get some money. They was trying to take a shortcut by breaking law to get some money. So dudes that come in with big names, yes, they still uphold them names unless they getting slapped on or something like that, because that happens too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you definitely got to stand on business. If you one of them dudes and you was a head buster out there, you're going to have to continue to be a head buster when you come on the inside, because people didn't forget about what you did. And then here, you can't hide. See, in the streets of Philadelphia, you got North Philly, South Philly, West Philly, Uptown, Logan. Philadelphia is a nice little section, a nice little chunk of land. Yeah. Whereas though I could be from North and you could be from West, we'll meet up downtown and we got to arguing because we seen each other down there. And all I got to do is stay in North. You stay, we'll never see each other unless we're actually coming to look. See, in jail, it ain't no hiding like that. If me and you is in Victorville, California, this is a yard of only 1,400 dudes, 1,400 to 1,700 dudes, and 1,700 dudes is pushing it. And you're constantly on this yard together. I got to wake up and see you every day, the person that I got an issue with. So it ain't no hiding unless I want to go to the police and say, listen, I want to go to the hole. I want to be transferred. I can't be out here no more. Why you can't be transferred, Jackson? There's a Tawfiq over there want to put the knife in me because such and such and such and such, or whatever. I have to give them a valid reason for getting me off this jail. So it has to be something to let them know that I'm scared for my safety.
So another question I got for you, like I heard some a guy, something came across my feed on Instagram. He was like, a lot of these young boys out here who doing all these crimes and robbing, shooting, all the stuff they doing all these killings in the city of Philadelphia. I know it's going on everywhere, with the drill music and so forth and so on. But he mentioned like y'all young boys out here killing everybody. Then when y'all get upstate or get in these federal penitentiaries, everybody cool. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that everybody cool. A bunch of them don't know how to fight, man. I'm not even going to call them cowards, where a lot of people would call them dudes cowards because of the actions that they show. But I'm not even going to get into that. But a lot of them ain't got no heart, man.
But I just want to continue what I'm saying. But I'm saying, so these young boys coming, they young, they kids, like 19, 20, 21, and they may have had a problem with or murdered somebody's cousin, brother, whatever the case may be. And they coming into the federal pen or the state pen, and you're going to run into a man who's been working out every day for the last 10, 15 years, having used a drug in shape. I'm saying he haven't used a drug, it's in shape. So when you come on the yard, or I see you, you're a young boy, I might put hands on you. Then you're going against a grown man, not a little kid.
Yeah. That's happening, and then it ain't even got to be somebody that's working out every day or is not getting high, because you got a lot of that going on in there. Dudes are still getting high like they're getting high out there on the streets. Mm-hmm. It's your heart. A lot of these dudes ain't got no heart. I done seen the fattest, sloppiest walk up and power slap somebody. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't about, the working out on it just give you more stamina to be the dude up longer. It's about your heart. It's about what you stand for in there. A lot of these dudes come from the street with no heart. They come in that joint and they hide behind that gun. That gun ain't in there. You got knives, you got locks and socks, and you got this. You need some heart to go put that knife in a person's chest while he see you coming. See, it's easy to go shoot somebody, he's sitting in the car talking to a girl, and you run up and creeped up the side of his car and shot 9 times and kept it pushing. Okay, all right, that's cool. And then you still got your man or whatever. But it's a whole different thing. You see your man sitting at a chow hall table with 3 or 4 of his homies, and they all, like you said, work out and look good and no homo, and they on the yard. And you going over there by yourself with that knife underneath your jacket on because you don't want to draw to the police what you ready to do, and then you ready to move on him. And then when you go on him that these other 3 dudes ain't going to sit there and let you do that. And you don't know who got a knife on over there. So that takes a lot more,
heart, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes that's coming in now, they don't got that, man. That's why they coming in, to where as though they may have been out there busting heads, like they like to say, and, hurt somebody's family member, and then you coming in there with his uncle.
Yeah.
And first thing they do is they teeth and palms, like my man Quilly like to say all the time. Teeth and palms, talking about Salam Alaikum. No, a lot of dudes ain't trying to hear the Assalamu Alaikum right now. It wasn't no Assalamu Alaikum when you was standing over top of my, brother or my cousin or even my friend. And there's a lot of dudes that don't hold the faith of Islam that we follow, and they don't have the proper imam, I should say. I ain't gonna say hold the faith.
Yeah.
The imam, and with that comes a little bit of wisdom, how you conduct yourself in this manner. So, but you got a lot of dudes, like I said, they don't have that, and they're moving off of emotion. Yeah. Family members been lost or whatever it may be. You did something to slight them. Now these kids is coming in and they thinking everything is happy go jolly. It ain't that. It ain't none of that. Not in there, not in the penitentiaries, especially for the federal penitentiaries. I can't speak for state. I'm not saying that state don't, and I'm quite sure we got a lot of homies that been in the state. I hear a lot of crazy stuff that's happening up there.
Yeah.
I just know the crazy stuff that's happening in these federal jails because you got so much more testosterone pumping around in there.
Yeah.
With the different cities and everybody think they the baddest. So it's just one bucket of crabs. One bucket of crabs these jails is. Mm. Everybody is clawing everybody to get to the top.
So, knowing that, and once somebody get there, right? They get there, they see they have, ops, like you said, they got whatever they want to call them, ops, problems with the persons, they may have harm, so forth and so on, their family members. Once they get on the yard, do people move? Does it happen instantly? The drama, is it pop off the same day? Or is it like, all right?
It can. Because in federal jails, a lot of jails, people know who coming. All right, jails, this is how jails operate in federal system. Some jails you at, a bus will come. When I say a bus coming, meaning a bus holds 40 inmates. Meaning every time a bus load comes in, it's 40 people that's coming to the jail that day. Mm-hmm. And there's some leaving. You got dudes that's transferring out to lower security, dudes that's in the hole that's going to other jails. So you got 40 coming in, you got damn near 40 leaving back out. Mm-hmm. So it's either once a week or once every 2 weeks, bi-weekly, a bus will come. And it'll stay that pattern for however long they keep it, for years. So say the bus come every other Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Now, you got dudes that work in laundry. Laundry, you got to have a list of how many names you got. So they get the list of all the people that's coming to the jail on this Wednesday. This Tuesday night. So a dude outside of laundry, he's in the chow hall, he's with his friends and his men and all that. He's like, here go the bus list, yo. This is all who's coming up here tomorrow. Who's getting on? We got 38 people on the bus. Now, remember I told you 066 is for Philly guys. 066, the 3 last of the 8 numbers that you possess in there. Every federal inmate has an 8-digit number, a register number.
Okay.
And the last 3 tells where you are from. And you'll see all the names and then you'll see their numbers. So you might see 3 066s, you might see 5 007s, which is DC. You might see 2 Virginia numbers. So now dudes that's from these different, cities is seeing these bus lists. Oh, that's my man such and such, because we both from Philly. Oh, that's such and such coming here tomorrow. Oh, he on his way. Oh, he coming to the compound tomorrow. The compound is the jail. Okay, so now if it was a person that you had an issue with, you see him, he don't even know, or he may just do know you're at this institution that he's going to, but he's not prepared. He's coming fresh, don't know who up there. He don't have, when you come to a jail, you have absolutely nothing. Absolutely. When you get off that bus, all you have is the little skippy shoes they give you, the little drawers they give you to hold you over till you can make commissary or see somebody that can give you some things until you can eventually make commissary and buy you some sweats or whatever. But when you first get to an institution, you have absolutely nothing. You don't have no property. You don't have no friends. You don't have nothing. So now you're basically like, you're going through the motions until you become familiar with the prison.
Yeah.
Until you become familiar with your surroundings, until you become familiar with the other convicts that's around you.
Mm.
So that's why I say one would know about one that they're having an issue with before he even gets there.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's even more of a, so then you got dudes sitting on the yard waiting for you days before you even get there. Oh yeah, you know Tawfiq on his way up here tomorrow, yo. We busting him as soon as he get off the bus. Because it might be something that you did that they know about.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm going to pay another bill. This episode is also sponsored by TBISC, the best in sports entertainment. Ever looking to get any updates on sports, whether it's football, basketball, you name it. TBISC, the best in sports entertainment. That's TBISC 247 on Instagram and TBISC 247 Sports on YouTube. So now you get off the bus. You know, like I said, you don't know nobody. You ain't got nothing. Coming in there, you got drama. People looking, already know you coming in. Is it like instantly, and somebody get off the bus, are they able to see who's like wait when they come on the compound? Are they able to see the people immediately?
Yes.
People like waiting on the gate for you to come through.
It's called receiving and discharge, R&D. Everybody in the jail know where's that at. That's where you come in at. That's where you leave at. So you definitely know where you going. You got to leave if you got to go home, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so R&D is receiving and discharge. You know, so you know, it might be. You know, the federal in the feds, you have moves. Every hour on the hour is a 10-minute move. So when you wake up Monday through Friday, the rec moves might start at 7:30 in the morning. So every hour is a move. So 8:30, 10-minute move. 9:30, 10-minute move. 10:30, 10-minute move. Okay, at the 10:30, everything is recalled for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
So then they open everything back up at 12:30. 12:30 work called, but that's a move. That's a 10-minute move. Everybody can go to work, go to education, go to the rec yard, whatever it is that you're doing. But you only can do these things on a 10-minute move. So now, the bus that you just came on today might be, you know, y'all might be done getting, your bus will get to the jail around about early in the morning. All buses arrive to their jails between the hours of 8 to 10 o'clock in the morning. So you'll be at your institution. And it takes another 2 to 3 hours to get processed for their 40 different individuals that got off that bus with you that day to get processed into their system because they're now at this jail. So when you're done all that, they give you the clothes that you know you had to get from laundry, your little institution boots, your institution browns, your institution underclothes until you can, you know, get the stuff on your own. Yeah. But now, when you come out, they give you something to tell you what unit you're going to. Mm-hmm. It might be 4 of us, and 3 people might be going to a unit apiece. So then when you come out of R&D, a guard got everybody cards. Because when you go into your unit, this card got to get filed into a book on your unit. Mm-hmm. So it's a bed bunk book to tell what cell you in and what bunk you're on. So while they're walking you to the unit you're supposed to be on, everybody's outside if you got caught in a 10-minute move. Yeah. You see them. Or even if it ain't a 10-minute move, you still have to come out of R&D and walk across the whole yard to get to your unit.
With no security.
No, it'd be a guard right there walking with you. It's separate. It's real separated in them Jones. When I say, like, it's controlled. A move is to where you got to go. When I call a 10-minute move, it's either you go on the rec. Once you're in there, you can't leave there until they open them sections.
So you gotta go. If you're in the yard, you gotta sit there till the next 10-minute move. So everybody line up to make that 10-minute move.
Yes,
to make
yes, exactly. You see, yes.
And you miss it, and if you miss that 10-minute move, you gotta sit there.
You gotta sit there a whole nother hour. Yes, and sometimes they don't call the move. It might be something going on. You might be sitting there and it's 12:30. You know they ready to call the 12:30 move. You might have been down here since 10:30. 12:30 come, ain't no move. You'll go to the officer that's working the rec. Like, then what happened? Oh, something happened.
So you tired? You can't just say, I'm tired. I'm gonna go back to my cell.
No. Absolutely not.
You gotta sleep out there. Where you at?
You better not sleep out there. You got to stand out there and wait to go back. Yeah, you absolutely not. Yep.
Wow.
And that's how that rolls in there. So, you know, people knows who's coming to the institutions. It's gonna be pretty hard for you to, you know, if you was insinuating like if someone coming there and staying under the radar. No, that's like next to impossible.
Wow. So, you know what I mean? Now, let's get to the altercation, and if it does happen, is it like do people a lot of times see it coming, or just like?
Well, if you know what you did, you should know it's coming.
It's no.
Just think about it.
Nobody saying, "Yo, look, what's why I want to holler at you," or
no, it's none of that. You know what you did. It's none of that. You already did what you did. Like if I went down there and I testified on 6, 7 people, and I got these dudes time from Philly, and then I thought they was going to, the Fed. We'll get into that in later episodes, but the Feds make you promises, and they might have made me a promise of 3 years, but the dudes I told on, they all got 10 years or better. Okay, I go for sentencing, thinking I'm gonna get this little 3 years. I done got a nickel. 5 years, that's what a nickel is. Because what the DA or the prosecution or the agent tricked me to believe is this is what I could get. Even though I got these charges and I'm telling on these other men, but this is what I could get for me participating and telling on these men. So now, when I get to the institution where 2 of these dudes is at, they not asking me, what's up, you wanna rumble? No, it's time, it's party. By me initiating them words of telling, that initiated my contact. So now it's on site. There is no need to ask me what I did or am I sorry or it's done. So now the next move is on them. Yeah.
And once the altercation happens from there, is it what, medical room or like?
Yes, 9 times out of 10 it'd be medical. It all depends on however God want to handle you, man. God might want to put that knife in you. God might want to put that sock through that lock. And I'd rather have a sock than the lock. I mean, I'd rather have a knife than that sock than the lock. Yeah, just sitting here thinking about that lock and sock, man, just gives me, I ain't never had one on me, but I done seen them put on people at close range. And that's a sad sight to see. But with that being said, like a lot of stuff can't go unchecked in there. Once you do these acts of telling on people, or backdooring, what they like to call, and like little dumb stuff to get people.
All right, what's the backdooring? Like somebody come start telling statements and then back off?
Backdoor is basically like, backdoor is like what my man from New York did. He ain't telling on nobody from New York, but he told on the DC dudes.
Oh, that's backdooring.
Yeah, that's backdooring. Like, it's still thinking they thorough.
Let me ask you a question. What about people who start telling and then they back off? You know anybody who do anything like that?
Yes, I know plenty of people who do stuff like that.
Is that still snitching?
Yes, that is snitching. You just didn't go through with it, but you wanted to see what they had to say.
So what about those who come home and act like they didn't do that, or they act like?
Well, if they come home and act like they didn't do that, they're living in a fantasy land. So
what about people who still hang around people that do that?
People that still hang around and do, people that do that, they're just like that person.
Wow.
They're just like, especially if you know what they did.
So what if
you're harboring? That's like when the cops come to get me, and they find me in your house.
Yeah.
And I've been on the news all week long for committing these heinous acts. Do you go to jail or just me?
So what if a person told, right, or did that, and a person does legitimate business with them, like still do, but not street stuff, but like, all right, give them opportunity in business. Are they a rat too? Are they considered to be a rat too? As well?
What you mean?
Like, say a person, like we said, like a person who went forward to testify, but I would say the fruit wasn't sweet enough for them.
Okay.
So they backed out of it. But what's that called? Profit hearing still? Like profit?
Yeah, profit hearings. Yeah, that's profit hearings. Yeah.
So they go forward, get the information, but the deal not sweet enough for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they pull back, don't go forward with the snitching. Act like it never happened, right?
Right.
They made bands that they backed off. They may still got a lot of time because they went forward, but they play around with the people down there, DA down the PA. Oh, you want to play around with us? Okay, all right. You gave us all these statements, but I'm still gonna give you all this time because you didn't go forward with the statement.
Right.
So that person does their time, right?
Right.
They come home, right?
Right.
And then they have people out here who, like I said, who look at it like, man, it is what it is. Whatever, he did what he did. And then they have somebody who might be legit and still decides to do business with this person knowing that they did that, right?
Right.
Is the person who's legit, are they at fault for doing business with that person knowing what they did or no?
Is this person that's doing business with him a street mentality dude? Is he a street dude? Is he in the streets?
So okay, so if he, to me, is he in the streets or he still has some of that street mentality?
No, is he in the streets? Not in street mentality, because I know a lot of businessmen that got street mentality, but they just run their business like it was a street. Like but they got the mentality because of where the background they came from.
Okay.
But they using that they had in a good way now.
Okay.
And
Well,
capitalizing.
all right, what I said is, should that person do business with that person though, knowing that?
Should that person do
Yeah,
business?
she still do business with that person.
But is that person that's got these businesses, is he a street dude?
He may say he still has street mentality.
Is he either yes or no? Is he a street
Well,
dude?
he's not a street. He's not. He or she may not be in the streets anymore, but still have a lot of
So he has a lot of basically morals and principles.
Yes, from the streets.
Oh well, yeah, he shouldn't be dealing with it at all, underneath no circumstances at all. Yeah.
All right. So what's said about the person when they come home and people don't address it or have a conversation about it?
Into the people.
No.
They know about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So hear me out. So people know about it. They know about it, but they don't address it. And the person, he or she just walking around like, hey, listen, man, nobody never addressed it. Everybody sweeping under the rug. Are people at fault for that? Like saying like you out of pocket because you.
But do these people know what he did though?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they might be more so out of pocket than he is.
Wow.
Because not only are you harboring it, you're taking up for it because you're befriending this.
So what about,
especially if you stood against it before?
All right. So what if they did it when they was young? He was young. He was a young guy. They might say, well, I ain't know no better, or they didn't know no better. They did it and they didn't know no better. Is that an excuse?
No,
they was in the street.
No, that's not an excuse. No, that's not an excuse. Because the first code of ethic that you get when you're in the street is don't tell.
So basically, a person who snitches and tells, a person who does or starts to tell and then backs off, they can still considered an informant?
Yes.
Okay.
That's because this is in your heart.
This
is what you had to do. And for some other reasons, but you played with them. You went over there, but it shouldn't have been none of this. If this was your true intention, you never did. Why go over there?
So, my question: what would you do if you was in a position of somebody came home and you know that they told, right? Or they started to tell? Would you still deal with that person?
And I know they told.
Yeah,
I have did it.
I
have did it. I'm grown now. What happened? I'm grown now. I'm scared to death. The rats is winning. Now I'm not going to become one. I can do business with a rat.
So you said next to him, knowing that the person did deal with it.
Yes, that's what he did. That's what he did. He got to look at that. He got to look at. I can't win. The rats is the good men. We're outnumbered.
Do I know this person?
You might not. I don't know.
Huh?
I have absolutely.
I knew you since we was kids, but
Well, you might. And again, you might not.
It's a lot of people that I don't know. It's not very many people that you know that I don't know. I mean, I knew since we was like what, 6, 7, 8. How old?
Yeah, we was kids.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's not very many people that you know. So is something you need to tell me? Somebody I know that's like that?
Oh no, there's. I mean, as of now, I'm just letting bygones be bygones. You ask a question, and I'll let you know that I have dealt with people that I know have told. And when I say I dealt with them, meaning I might have been cordial with them right there for that time. It's not that we're doing no business or nothing together. Then we're not doing none of that. But if I was to go home and befriend a dude that I know told or stayed his friend, then I'm a part of that. I'm a part of that. I'm a part of that.
So you're you're owning up to that.
Yes.
Was anybody else on your indictment that did that you know?
What?
That did that, like before started telling and then backed off?
A couple people did it on my indictment.
Wow.
Yeah, a couple people. Not one, but a couple.
Have you seen them lately?
Yeah, I see him all the time. Yeah, I see him all the time. Yeah, I see him out and about. I see him, making money, man, doing them. 9 times out of 10, them type of guys, they come home and get right back to it.
Yeah.
Because, everybody, they pull up chairs at everybody's tables, man. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
But them dudes, man, is winning now because of the environment, the today's times. There is no more integrity.
Yeah.
Like integrity has absolutely flown out the window, man. This day and age of doing time, man, it is nothing like 10 years ago, absolutely nothing like 20 years ago, and abolished from 30 years ago. Like as the days go on, like it's sad how these penal systems is, man.
You know, can I say something though, man? Like me personally, like I've changed a lot, you know, in regards to what I do as far as how I move. You know, we different, you know, in life. So I understand that you know, people may have done things in the past. You know, people can you know, ask for forgiveness for things that they've done. My issue normally comes in with people is when they act like they didn't do what they did.
And you got a few of them that do that.
Yeah, when you act like you didn't do what you did, or you act like people don't know that what you did, and you know deep down in your heart that you did what you did, but you still try to play the role like you didn't do it, and you know you stick your chest out, you know you start to, you know.
Oh yeah, you the worst sight.
You start to run. You run your mouth.
But it be the ones that
you know,
went through and had a proffer hearing, but didn't go to actually get on the stand.
Yeah.
Do that. They uphold that. Because now it's not looked at like that with them. Like Giovanni on my case, I'm on the CC, Courtney Carter organization. A lot of people know about that indictment when it came down.
Yeah.
Giovanni went in there and told on some people, but he told on the people that didn't matter. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they didn't make him go to trial and put that on record, meaning stand up there and tell it, because he didn't tell what they wanted him to tell.
Oh, he's the only one?
No, he's not the only one. No.
Oh, you just want to say?
No, that's what I said. It's numerous people. Yes.
Yeah, but we don't want to say nobody else's name.
Yes. Yeah. I just brought him up. You know. Just
Okay.
You know, but yeah, it's numerous other people.
Okay. So it's numerous other people that did that. You know, notably, you know, a lot of people. You know, now that I think about it, and I sit here and I look at you, man. I see you did 20 years, man. You know, I remember when the feds came, you know, and all that stuff happened. And talking to you over the years, you know, and seeing you come home now to this day, and knowing what was going on a lot of times with people, you know, the whole situation, you know, because we had to sit out here and hold it down. We, you know, had to pay for lawyers and so forth and so on, do a lot of different things that, you know, a lot of people don't get. One of my biggest issues was a lot of times attention was given to some people more than others.
It still is to this day.
Yeah, and
at an alarming rate.
Yeah, alarming rate.
And it ain't gonna never stop. It ain't gonna. That's one thing that I had to come.
It's stopping here with me. You know.
Okay, but that's good though.
Yeah, you know.
That's good. You gotta start something.
I'm just to the point now for me, just sitting back and watching how people move and how people talk, what people say.
Right.
And I look at the character of a person when they at their lowest point, when they back against the wall.
That's when a person will really let you know.
That's how you can. I know who you are.
Yeah.
I know who you are. When you're back against the wall,
when it get crunchy,
I know who you really are.
When it get crunchy, we gonna watch you get funky.
Yeah, I know who you really are. And you, I want to commend you, you know, because, you know, I was, you know, we was on some foolish stuff, you know, that when we was younger.
Oh yeah.
And you could have easily been like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? This some wild stuff.
Yeah, see, but I don't believe in that. You got certain men that still deal with that, which ain't here no more, and that's integrity.
But I'm saying that's why, you know, I keep you close.
Yeah.
And because you're my guy. And you know, it's just, and then some people, they get a pass, and other people keep them close, even though knowing what they did. And I bite my tongue a lot sometimes too.
A lot of people do.
When I come, but it'd be hard for me.
Right.
It'd be hard. I think the Islam is probably what keep me. But when people start talking wild and crazy, I'll be ready to go there and say,
especially when you know
check.
If one of these people is somebody that you know that's covering up an act that people know that is not tolerated under no shape, form, and fashion.
Yeah.
You know, and that it hurt when it comes from them type of dudes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Or women. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is, man. But it's we're going to get into a whole lot of stuff, man. A whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of thinking, a whole lot of new way thinking of people thinking certain things is right, man. You got dudes that actually go in there and say, man, I told on dudes from North Philly. I ain't telling dudes from West Philly because we from West Philly. And dudes is giving dudes passes for this. Like, wow. You know what you is right. This is the new age of thinking.
And then
I'm 44 years old.
another thing, like say me and you together, right?
Right.
You my man. We rolling. I'm gonna end here because I know we gotta go. Our production team tells us we gotta go, but me and you riding together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We getting money, or the case may be. That indictment come, but you know you get caught up with some wild stuff because you did some things that might got caught up in a situation with the car, or whatever. Might got caught up from was more affiliated. But I was with you, but I'm a little away from the scenes, but I'm with you. And you get booked, get caught up in indictment. We all suffer from indictment. You get caught up in indictment, and then you go in there and tell them. You start to tell on me. You start telling people who I am when they really don't know who I am.
Yeah, you ain't get caught. Yeah.
Right, and then you back off. Like you do that stuff at the private hearing. You back off, and I know that you told on me. Right, and then I still look out for you, knowing what you did. That's a real.
Either
That's a real
or a true good friend.
You're true, or you're a true good. You're
either one.
You're a friend.
Either I love you to a fault, or I'm scared you might send me to jail.
Yeah,
it's one or the other.
Yeah,
there is no in between.
Yeah, I mean,
and then if you know the two parties, you'll be able to pick which one it is. Whatever two parties that you may be referring to, if you so happen to just know the two parties involved, whereas though you had a dude that lightweight got away with some activity, and one that got caught, and then one that mentioned something that a person that's supposed to have lightweight got away, but then backed off and didn't, and then these two, and then the one that's supposed to lightweight got away knew that this happened, is either love, I'm talking about to a fault, and that makes you a fool.
Yeah.
Or I'm scared that you might send me to jail right now. There is no other explanation behind it.
Wow.
No other, Tawfiq.
Wow. Yeah, so it's just a lot of things that go on here in the world of jail, and in prison and federal, state, you name it. But these are some of the tests and trials and tribulations that people face, and you're never really gonna know who someone is until they're back against the wall. Once they're back against the wall, you're gonna know who they really are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who they really are.
Anybody, anything. Once they are faced with calamity, then you will see the true colors of a person.
You watch what they say out of their mouth. People will say stuff. People will call you out your name. Say things about you.
But don't get me wrong, Tawfiq. Sometimes an argument is needed.
Yeah.
Amongst brothers. There's nothing wrong with no healthy argument. It's not even nothing wrong with one of the parties that the brother's arguing is wrong in his argument and have to be corrected. It's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I agree.
That right there is healthy. It's healthy for that. It's because you got every man is made up different. Ain't nobody made the same. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I try to tell a lot of these young boys in jail. Just because you got this mentality don't mean he got to accept this mentality. You know, because you got different personalities, man. And with that being said, what you said, man, it's just certain things just don't add up, but certain things do.
Yeah, so, for those, who are maybe in a situation like that, chime in, tell us what you think, tell us, let us know how you feel about that. The people who go forward with snitching, and then, you said something to me about, I don't really listen to music, but it was something you said about artists who said you started giving statements or something, they take it back.
Yeah, and you're still a rat. You're a rat. That's Dirk. That's what Dirk told that man.
Yeah.
You made statements and you took them back, and you think you're supposed to come back from that. You told, bro.
Yeah.
You told. You took them back for whatever reason it was. But this was in your heart to break down.
That's what's in your cob.
That's it. That's it.
Okay. So, chime in, let us know what you think, man. We gonna shut it down, but it's more to come here from Tales from the Jails, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in.